Today I wanted to talk about something a little different. It's a mantra that I have been saying forever, and ever since I learned it, it has been a big life changer for me, and it's kind of hard for it to sink in at first, so I understand if you don't get it right away. But the mantra is you cannot control anyone else, you can only control yourself. Now, growing up, there was a lot of times when I, as a child, felt like I needed to be in control of things that were not fair for me to be in control of. I'm not going to go into detail. Y'all know I had kind of a crazy childhood from what I've said in the past, or from some of the TikToks I posted, or some of the YouTube shorts I posted. But there was a lot of times when I felt like I had to control things. Someone was mad, I had to make them feel better. Someone was angry at me, it was my fault, and I needed to let them be angry at me. Things like that. Whenever I learned you can't control anyone else, you can only control yourself, is when I started making decisions that I was afraid to make at first. And I'm sure you would be afraid to make them at first too. And I understand that, and I get that, and I understand and hope that sooner or later you're able to make those decisions for yourself. But one of the big decisions I made is if something's to happen that I can't control, like if someone is, let's say I have a boyfriend, and I'm just coming up with a story off the top of my head. This doesn't relate to anybody or anything unless you're watching and it relates to you, but that's the story that came to my head. I have a boyfriend. He likes to yell at me a lot. Sometimes he's really rude, says really mean things, really blunt, not very nice. Always trying to tell me how I need to act and tell me that I'm acting too childish or acting wrong or that I need to be different than who I am. So many years I went through that where I had people telling me this stuff. And then when I finally got to the point that I realized you cannot control anyone else, you can only control yourself, that's when I started learning how to walk away from the situation. It is so important, if you feel violated, triggered in any way, that you walk away from the situation. The sooner you do it, the better, because the longer you wait for it, the worse it can get. I know this from experience, and it honestly has changed my life a lot to learn how to walk away when things are getting too much for me. But anyway, that was just my little words of advice for this morning. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Much love!